Welcome everybody, Steve here. Tonight we're working on a couple of Dewalt scroll saws. Now these are pretty nice scroll saws. You know, they're fairly inexpensive and they do last a long time, but they do break down. And we got a couple issues here. This one, got it plugged in already. It's pretty noisy. Now it seems like the noise is coming from inside of here. We'll have to tear that one down and see if we can figure that out. It's a little bit loose. Let's tighten it up a little bit. We'll figure it out. This one. It just doesn't turn on at all. So we're going to start with this guy right here. And first thing I want to do is make sure you're unplugged. Now your friend that's going to help you out the most on a job like this is going to be your multimeter. So first thing, on the back side over here, I don't know if you can see that from there or not. Bring it come around. We've got a little fuse. That's the first thing you check on these Dewalt scroll saws. So we'll get a small screwdriver and we'll pop that fuse out. Alright, this is the fuse here. Now there's actually a little tool that comes with the scroll saw when you buy it. It's just a little piece of metal and it's got a little dinger on the end of it. And same as a little screwdriver. You just push that down, pops right out. And in there, it's usually about this one here, it's about a 4 amp. Yep, this one here is a 4 amp. And it looks like it's in perfect shape. Okay, so we know that it's not the fuse. So we need to go a little further. So now we're going to check the switch out, make sure it's good. Basically, there's just 4 screws. It takes a number. Wonder why there's no number on there. Oh, here we are. This is a T25 Torx for the side. Alright, the wires on here are fairly tight. So what we're going to do is use our needle nose and we'll pop them off with the needle nose. That can be put aside. Just make sure there's no broken wires on your fine adjustment here for your speed. That looks really good. Alright, so now we have our switch exposed. So what we want to do is we want to take an ohms test on that. Let's make sure that your meter's working good. I wonder if we can get that all in one shot there. Let's see what we got going on here. Let's just bring that out a bit. Just touch either connection on the switch and you see that we're closed there. There's no continuity there whatsoever. We'll hit the switch. And there you see that everything's all nice and closed. It's working great. So it's not the switch. Okay, well that means that we got to go deeper now. So we were hoping for something simple, It is not working out the way we want it to. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to check our cord. Now, one thing you can do is one of these wires here is going to be hooked up to one of these terminals here. I think it's the hot one. I'm not sure if that's that one or not. It is. So you can see that we have no resistance there, so that wire is good going from here. But on the neutral side, we don't have a clue. We're going to actually have to tear this thing all apart just to see whether or not we have a break in the wire here, or if it's something a lot more serious. Alright, let's go to the next step. Nothing easy yet. So we're going to have to take this back part off here, and in order to do that, we have to basically take the whole thing apart. It's a pretty big deal, but it's not too bad. First thing we gotta do is take this table off. You just take that off, the knob, adjustment, and then it should just pop. Just like that. Now the sides here, same Torx, and we'll just take all these bolts off. These ones have been loosened off. This out. Alright. There we go. I don't see anything that's just really just, you know, right there in front of you. But we will check our neutral wire here. Going to our plug-in. Okay, our neutral wire is good. Gotta dig deeper. These are the two wires that go to the motor. And it is an AC 120 volt motor, so if we jump this, we can check to see if the motor is working. Let me get something rigged up here and then I'll be right back. So I just took one of these, I guess these are little spade connectors, and I'm just going to hook up the power straight from the cord to these guys, to the motor. and we'll see what happens. The motor runs. See, that's got to be a little narrower. Yep, back to the grinder. Okay, we're hooked directly into the motor. We'll plug it in and just see what happens. Okay. It appears that our motor is not working, which is not great. Okay, we got it unplugged. We will just check the brushes on this motor before we take it off. Oh, brushes are in good shape. That's pretty unusual for a motor to go. That one's in really good shape. Not wore out at all. So we've determined that the motor on this one is not working. But the motor on the other one is working. So do we change the motor out? Or do we take the other one and change all this stuff out? And maybe make it a little bit less noisy. We're going to have to make one out of the two. Let's tear the other one down and see where we go from there. Well, either way, we got to tear into this one, so I'm just going to tear it down and then make a decision on which way is the best way to go. Just going to put some of this back together so that kind of holds together here. Doesn't take very long to take one of these things apart. if you can see that this bar right here, there's a bushing in here with lots of little bearings in there, needle bearings. And this bushing is really wore. Now I was a little concerned about how loose this bolt is, but the shaft really doesn't move. It's got a bearing here, so it shouldn't be too bad. And we have to lube them bearings up. But I want to check this guy right here. So I'm just going to pop him off the motor if it's possible. Gonna need a 12 minute. Now anytime you're gonna take a bolt off or nut off a shaft, make sure you look at it. This one here is a left-handed thread. Seems to be pretty tight. So the bushing on here doesn't seem to be too bad. Bearing doesn't seem to be too bad. Very interesting. All right, let's put this back together. I think what we'll do it almost looks like that top one there might be just a little bit seized up there maybe. A little synthetic lube on these roller bearings here. We'll give her a lube job and we'll get back together and see what happens. I just wonder if I can run this and just bolt that up there. We'll give it a try. It really doesn't sound that bad, and I haven't even got it together. I think maybe that these things maybe were a little bit seized up here. I see a little bit of rust coming through there. I don't know whether this is, you know, safe. You do this on your own judgment, right? Well, I'm going to put it all back together. See a lot of rust coming back out of here, so you can see that. Now I'm just holding this thing as square as I can possibly get it. I think I unplugged it here. Nope, it's all good. So I'm just holding this thing as square as I can. And the rattle and the clunk is gone. Maybe it was just needing a really, really good lube job. Well, that would sure make my day. A little bit of rust coming out. When I lube everything. Well, I got the WD in there and everything's kind of loose. I'm going to add a little bit of silicone lubricant to it, I think. Put it back together and let's see what happens. Okay, that's enough of the safe practices. Let's put this thing back together. I've got a couple bolts in here. I haven't got it all bolted up, but it's bolted up good enough. The important ones are in. And we are going to fire this up now. I've got the blade in with a little bit of tension. Okay, that's pretty smooth running scroll saw. So we checked everything out, made sure that it was right, and just a good lube job seemed to save this one. This one, on the other hand, we have to get the motor checked out. And I assume that the motor is going to cost more than a new scroll saw, but we'll figure that out. These ones, I'm really fortunate. I got a couple here. These ones came from school, so you know we've got quite a few of them, and they are getting quite old. Like these ones here, 10 years old, probably around in there. And when the kids are using them, they're using them hard. Let's finish putting this one back together. I think I'm quite satisfied the way it's running. So this one actually turned out to be a lot smoother than I thought it was going to be, and I think that we can get some more time out of this one. As for this one, I think I'll pull the motor out, maybe take it to a motor shop and see if they can tune it up for us. I hate to just build one out of two when we can actually get two if we can repair this motor for a reasonable price. If not, then all I'll do is tag this one, needs a new motor, and then when another one goes down, I can replace the motor and we're good to go. So, I hope you guys, yeah, that's a complete teardown on one of these. And they're not really that tough to do. So, don't be afraid. They're a good little machine. And obviously, this is a weak point back here. We're going to need to take this back plate out every once in a while and lube those points. Just going to have to go back to school, listen for some noisy ones, and just do it. Only takes 20 minutes. Done deal. Alright, well, this one will be a little bit more straightforward. It's just a matter of just pulling the motor and putting it back in there. So, not too exciting. If something does go really exciting with it, I'll do another video. But Till next time, till the next tool, till the next project, got some more on the go. We'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching.